I was also privileged to be one of the founding
very first
members of the Elon Moreh of Kedumim, and now I'm a tour guide.
And what is your name? Full name?
Michael Bar Neder. Used to be Brender, but when I made Aliyah and went into the Israeli army, I changed it into a Hebrew meaningful in Hebrew name. Bar Neder means the one who has taken an oath, a vow.
Very good.
A vow. And my vow was to devote myself and my whole life towards the establishment, the re-establishment of a Jewish state in the land of Israel.
Nachman, a very good friend of ours, and he built in Kedumim and in Shomron and in Yerushalayim, Mount of Olives, a whole new neighborhoods.
Wonderful.
And if we always try to underline the most important aspect of each of the people sitting around this table, or wherever you go. So it was indeed Nachman's initiative to invest big amounts of money to build big neighborhoods. If we relate to what we spoke about before, to the pioneering aspects of the hilltop boys and girls, here we are referring to another pioneering aspect. Sometimes we say in our Jewish tradition that if the test for a real believer is to do things bechol meodecha. Bechol meodecha means with all your mind, with might, with all your body, with all your dedication. The most difficult thing is that bechol meodecha means with your money. Mm-hmm. And one would say, money, filthy things you refer to. So we know from life, from experience, that sometimes people are ready to endanger their own lives, even the life of their own children. But to invest the money on these bare hills that we referred to before, with all its political security and various dangers. So our sages said, yes. Our prophets said, yes, to invest your energy, your body, everything, and even your money.
Absolutely.
So when we speak about people taking this initiative as contractors and builders, so around this table we see also people of this kind, Nachman. And here we have a friend who's
Even me was able to build
Amit.
5 houses.
Amit, I think, I don't know why you are lucky, but God knows why you are lucky to have around this table the different aspects of life here in Shomron.
I am so glad that you all are turning this tide around. It is wonderful to see my Jewish brethren with such faith on these mountains. Slicha b'vakasha, I want to tell our Christian audience here, this is faith in action. Anybody could sit in the United States and play with their peas in their plate and talk about faith. This here, these homesteaders who are standing here in the midst of the bombs, who are standing here in the midst of the attacks of their land being given away to Islamic terrorists, this is faith in action. Establishing homesteads, standing firm, and may Hashem cause you to be as a double-edged sword against any of your enemies. This is faith in action.
We touch here a very, very, very sensitive point, that it's also with giving the life of your relatives, and in the case of Nachman, his son, who was murdered at the gates of Kedumim. And actually this institute is on the name of Ido Zoldan, on whose name this institute was established. And we too, unfortunately, but this is the story of Jewish life, our third daughter Naama lost her husband was murdered by Arabs. You referred before to Islamic terror, jihad. So Nachman's son, Ido, Hashem Yikom Damo, and our son-in-law, and the parents of our son-in-law, Abraham and David and Rachel and the grandfather, the four of them were shot by an Arab. His son here at the entrance of Tumim in Kfar Funduk, and our in Elon Moreh, an Arab who came from Shem, from Aska.
Raska is a refugee camp there.
So we are connected when we speak about Bechol Me'odecha, with all your might. So it's with every single attribute, with every single element of our life. It's our time, it's our body, it's our imagination, it's our faith, it's our vision. It's the
And
man,
that
and
brings
it's the
honor
family.
to
Future generations.
that brings honor to Hashem, to the Holy One of Israel, and that brings honor to their memory. May God bless their deeds. May it be credited to them as righteousness, and may you carry on their torch.
May we all carry on the torch.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because of the understanding that something of light and of future is emerging, there is an attempt to stop it, because it is a sort of threat to everything that is different, like the superficiality and the kind of life that is just materialistic and transient. But everything that has to do with vision, with the light of God, is like threatening the ways of many people today.
We give to young students, not that big groups, but something like 50 students in a year, very intelligent, very intellectual students. We give them during 7-8 years intellectual and personal tools that can bring them, can give them, can help them. First of all, to have the right vision, because the first thing that we need is the Jewish vision. That's what this is.
Right.
Different perspective on what's happening.
Different perspective on all over the as I said, the public arenas in Israel, the public policy in Israel, and to give them the tools that they can make the change. Because in order to make the change, you need two conditions. First, you need the right vision. You need another culture point of view. Yes. It's related to all the things that you said about the biblical and the historical rights of the Israeli nation and those things. And the second thing is the ability to make the change.
What you're doing, getting to the root of the whole issue and helping to change the vision, to correct the vision, let me say that, to correct what has been skewed over many, many years. That's commendable, and that's what's needed. But in the meantime, the prophet Joel warns the nations, the United States included, that those who divide the land of Israel will indeed be under judgment.
There's no nation that has ever divided the land of Israel that is still a power today. The most recent being Britain. And they have been humbled. They were the most mighty navy in the world, and they've been reduced to just, the back pages of the newspaper, so to speak, taken off the headlines, and now they're just trying to hold their own.
When the war breaks out here in the Middle East, which is soon, we will see the blood of the Jews in the streets. And the Jews and the Christians will be coming home to Israel. And Israel has to prepare, the Israeli leadership has to prepare for the Kibbutz Galileo, the big Kibbutz Galileo.
Ingathering of
Exiles.
the exile.